Eric's sound asleep.
Good.
Rick, I am so overwhelmed. Can't believe everything you've done.
Hey, I told you I wasn't gonna let you go.
Yeah, but, I mean, tracking down the baby's father and then convincing him to give you custody. How did you do that?
Let's just say that I kept making him offers until he couldn't refuse.
You mean you paid him?
Now, that's not the point, Amber. The point is there is nothing I wouldn't have done to get you and that baby back. I want to be a full-time husband with a beautiful wife and a wonderful child. I mean, that's all I've ever wanted. That's all I think about. The three of us. I mean, the way it used to be. The way it is going to be again.
Taylor, we're so close.
Well, the whole thing sounds like a nightmare to me.
Not really. Once we get Mr. Sharp to sign those documents, then we're pretty much safe. Rick will have custody of the baby.
Didn't you just tell me that they've already given Deacon the money?
Kids make mistakes sometimes. I think we could say Rick did. But in a way, he didn't really have a choice. He needed to take Deacon to the church with him in order to stop that wedding.
Well, how long before Jonathan gets the documents together?
I'm waiting to hear from him.
What about Sally? What's her take on all this?
Sally? Oh, Sally was mad. I mean, really mad. I haven't heard from her since we were at the church, so that probably means she's plotting something.
So that's it. That's what Rick did. He hunted you down and offered you money.
I'm not discussing this with you people.
Look, I am not gonna give up my son without a fight. Hey, you know, whatever Rick told you, whatever sleazy deal you guys put together, it'll come out. I'll make sure the whole world knows about it.
Listen to me. He's my damn kid, and I'll do what I please with him. Do you understand that?
He is not something that you can just sell.
All right, everybody, let's try and keep our tempers here. Mr. Sharp, you have not yet answered the question I asked you a while back. Just exactly how much money have the Forresters offered for your services?
Whatever arrangement I have with the Forresters, that's between me and them.
You have an arrangement?
You're good, lady. You are good.
Mr. Sharp, I'm not stupid, neither are you. I'm sure we can both agree on something here. I'm fully aware that the Forresters must have offered you a great deal of money. For your what? Your signature? Signature on a piece of paper, maybe? Court paper, adoption papers, custody agreement. Have you signed such a document, sir?
No, not yet.
Fine. That means the whole matter's open to negotiation.
A negotiation?
Yes, which means...
Yeah, I know what it means, lady.
Good. Then we won't waste any time. It means you are free to accept another offer. Here comes mine. Whatever amount of money the Forresters have offered, I will pay you twice that amount.
I don't know what to say to you.
Well, you don't have to say anything to me, Amber. And this is all gonna happen the way I've described it.
Well, what if it doesn't? You know, what if this man, this Deacon Sharp, doesn't go along with it?
He has no choice. I've already paid him.
How much?
That doesn't matter. Look, the point is, there's nothing I wouldn't have paid for this dream.
You sure that's not all it is? Just a dream?
Would I have taken it this far if I didn't know it was going to happen?
You were so certain I'd go along with you.
Yeah, Amber, I was. I mean, I'm the only man who has ever looked into your soul. You know, I've seen you in your weakest and strongest times. Nobody knows you better than I do. Nobody. CJ doesn't even come close. Look, Amber, I'm not gonna settle for less than you.
Less than me. Less than me, like I'm some sort of major catch. You could have any girl. I mean, why am I so special to you?
How could you say that, Amber? I mean, look at how much you've grown in the past year. Your cousin Becky died, and you became little Eric's mother. You are the strongest, most resilient, incredible woman I have ever met, and I want you, Amber. I want you as my wife. I've never been more certain of anything.
Rick, just please.
Look, I know you're overwhelmed. But life is a series of events, and we have to live with the consequences. I've lost you once before, but I've been given a second chance to get you back. And I'm not gonna blow it.
So, how'd you get Jonathan to go along with this crazy scheme of yours?
He had no choice.
Because he's your father's lawyer?
Oh, that doesn't matter. He could have been the president's lawyer for all I care. Don't you hear what I'm saying? There is nothing I wouldn't have done to get that boy back. And no one is gonna stop me from getting us back, Amber. Not even you.
Well, Mr. Sharp, the Forresters have made their offer to you, and you have just heard mine. I am willing to pay twice whatever they have offered.
Yeah, but so you don't even know what they've offered.
I don't care. I will pay you 100% more.
Do you know what 100% of 100,000 is?
They offered you $100,000?
I know. Can you believe it?
Well, let me see if I remember my third grade mathematics. That means I have just offered you 200,000.
You're willing to pay $200,000 for this kid?
In cash, if that's the way you want it.
Get out of here, lady. You're blowing smoke.
You wouldn't say that if you knew me better, Mr. Sharp. I'm a very successful businesswoman. I've run a company for a lot of years. I could raise that kind of cash with a single phone call. Do we or do we not have a deal?
Hold that thought.
Carmen!
Yes, baby.
We're opening soon. Go sit up the bar.
Do we or do we not have an agreement, Mr. Sharp?
You people sure want this kid, don't you? Come on, you can tell me. And what's the deal? Is this just a couple of big companies bucking heads? You know, neither one wants to give?
I think I've made it pretty clear what I'm willing to give. A great deal of money. And I will strike a bargain with you right now. What I will not do is sit around here all night waiting for you to make up your mind.
Don't you squeeze me, lady. Because I'm in the driver's seat.
Look, my mom is willing to give up practically everything she has. Do you want it or don't you?
Willing to give up everything you have, huh? I think I'm gonna have to take a pass. You guys are in over your heads. It's good talking to you again, CJ.
You sound so sure of yourself. Never seen you act this way.
Amber, sometimes, not often, but once in a while, you know without a doubt what you need in your life. And what I need is you. I need you to be my wife.
But you had me as your wife and it wasn't what you wanted.
I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what I had.
What about CJ?
What about CJ? This has nothing to do with him.
How can you say that? We were supposed to be married today.
Look, I know you have feelings for him, Amber, but you and I both know that the feelings you have for him are very different than the feelings you have for me.
Rick, just stop it, okay?
No, we're not going to argue about this. We both know it's true.
CJ loves me, and I'm not gonna do this to him.
I know he does, and I'm sorry about that, Amber. I really am. But he's going to have to learn how to accept this. All my life, I've been searching for someone. Now that I've found you, I'm not going to let you go. On something and so special. I would be a fool to do that. And Amber, I'm not a fool. I love you. I love you.
Rick, your cell phone is ringing.
Jonathan. Hello? Yeah, I'm over at Amber's. All right, okay, yeah, I'll be there right away. The custody papers are ready, Amber. We're gonna have the life I promised you. I mean it.
Rick.
Wow. I can only imagine what Amber's going through.
It's a very confusing time for her.
So she was getting married to CJ, and then Rick showed up with the biological father?
And I might say he rescued her from a very bad decision.
You really think that's the only reason she was doing it, for the baby?
Yes. Of course, she'd never admit that to anyone.
Wow, that baby must be everything to her.
Oh, it is. She really thinks of herself as that baby's mother. She has from the day he was born. No one loves that little boy like Amber. He's part of her. Hello? Oh, that's great news, Rick. I'm on my way. Papers are ready.
Baby, are you okay?
Oh, I'm better than okay. I'm on a rocket. Come on, let's go upstairs.
Mr. Sharp, I don't believe we've finished our business.
I told you, no deal.
Come on now. I made you a bona fide offer, and I have the cash to back it up. Don't worry about what CJ said. He was just trying to protect me. That's how we are in our family. And that's another reason why I think it's so important that this baby come and live with us. Because we look out for each other, okay? And we'll raise him right. I don't think the Forresters are capable of doing that. I think they would indulge him and spoil him just like they have all of their other children. So if you care anything at all about this little boy, you won't hand him over to Rick Forrester. You will let him stay with CJ, and he'll be much better off.
Mom.
Oh, looky, looky, it's the competition. I gotta go.
Mr. Sharp, don't be a fool. $200,000 is a lot of money.
Sure is. Well, well, well. You must be the lawyer.
Jonathan Young, we have the papers, you have the check. Let's get this over with.
So many people love you. The Forresters love you. And the Spectres love you. And Rick and CJ. They both want to be your daddy. But I will always be your mommy. Can you say mommy? Mommy. Mommy. You are gonna have a wonderful life. I will make sure of it. And I will always be here for you. I will never, ever let anyone hurt you. Okay?
We just got here. Look, this shouldn't take long.
I bet you're breaking out in the cold sweat, huh?
Not really, Mr. Sharp.
Really? I know I would be. I mean, what with young Rick here, making the careless mistake of writing me a $100,000 check, what with no signature on anything.
Well, we're about to rectify that.
That was from an offshore account, too, wasn't it? Well, I cashed that check. I guess there really isn't much you can do.
Did you?
What, cash the check? Oh, Mr. Young, you know, I'm hurt. I'm cut to the quick here. I mean, how could you think that I would try and steal $100,000 from these good people?
Should we just get down to business, Mr. Sharp? Jonathan, why don't you explain the details?
Yes. Basically, Mr. Sharp, what you're doing, you're giving up your parental responsibility for the child. Rick Forrester will be Eric's guardian. I would advise you not to have any contact with the child once this document is signed. Of course, you'll have the assurance that he'll be in very fine hands. He'll be raised with every advantage by one of the leading families in the area. So, as a single man, I'm sure you'll appreciate the...
Hey, you don't know me, mister. But I'll tell you what, I know these people. I know what they're all about. It's money.
And we gave you money. Lots of it. So sign the papers and let's get on with our lives.
Good for you, Rick. That's what I like to hear. Honesty.
Sign right here. Your signature, please.
You know, I get the feeling that you do just about anything to get that baby back.
And we have. So sign the damn papers.
I want $200,000.
What?
Damn it, Sharp.
You heard me. 200,000, or there's no deal. I've got a business to run. So you guys know how to get a hold of me.
No, Deacon, wait.
All right, Mr. Sharp, I'll pay you your blood money. I'll make a check out for the difference, Jonathan. Now sign the document.